Hi, I'm Brendon Urie, and I can play anything. I love that I'm laughing at myself after that. It's almost better.
I'm so hilarious.
It's fun to be talented. When I was writing for gospel, honestly, the first thing that came about was I was messing with this synthesizer vocoder effect in the program that I was writing in. And a friend had given me this synthesizer. It's called like Evo Harmonizer or something like that. And the fun part is like you can sit there for hours and just mess around with it because you get lost in it. You know, like when you pick up a microphone and you hear yourself over a PA, you could sit there and just hear yourself talk for hours because you just sound glorified. That's really how it is, you know what I mean? So when I just had the headphones on and this vocoder's going off and I put it in the key of D major and I was just messing around with it, just like singing, oh, like around the chord, and I just love the way it sounded, you know? It was like having a choir behind you. So I had a couple lyrics that I had written down, and I just started singing it, and it started from the vocoder effect, and then I started playing guitar to it. And a lot of the songs, like for every song I write, it's pretty rhythm-based. Like the beat has to be, it's a very specific thing in mind, you know. So I had the rhythm down, so I just started playing live drums to it, and I put samples to it, but it all started from that vocoder effect, which was kind of cool. I'd never done that before. When I was growing up, we always had instruments in the house. My dad played guitar since he was in high school. He was in bands in high school. So we always had this 12 string, and the 12 strings are really hard. He had this beautiful 12 string, but that was the first one I tried to learn on, and that was pretty tough. I don't know why I started doing that. I think just because I saw my dad playing it, I was like, oh, I can play that. So I just kind of picked it up and started plucking stuff. You know, you learn like power chords first by watching, bands like Blink 182, who are terrible musicians, but, great songwriters, funny guys. So you learn by watching them. You're like, oh, I can do that. I just put my fingers and just slide up and down the guitar, which is really how most songs are written that I really love, keep it simple. And I think I started playing guitar when I was like 10, and I got my first baby acoustic when I was like 11. I think it was like one of those, first act Walmart kind of guitars. I loved it so much. On the cardboard case it came in, I wrote "Touch and Die" because I didn't want anybody to touch my sweet little baby guitar. Yeah, I played that forever. I don't know. I watched other people. I never became like a master shredder, but I definitely admired, all the guitar players that could just excel so quickly at it. I started playing bass. I never really started playing bass per se. It was just like if you play guitar, you can play bass. It's just two less strings. The only challenge was I have very small hands, so playing bass is huge. So that was kind of a challenge. But no, I mean scales wise, it was pretty easy to learn. anybody can play bass. Honestly, I think if you want to start playing an instrument, bass is a really good place to start. It's pretty simple. As a spaz for drums, it was kind of a perfect marriage of an instrument and a person. The story behind me playing drums was I almost quit band. I joined jazz band in 6th grade. I started playing trumpet, and then I got braces halfway through 6th grade, and that just put a dead stop to my trumpet career because I hated putting the wax on, and I couldn't, get my lips to make the formations, to make the notes. So, that was my excuse, and I didn't want to keep going. I was really frustrated at learning it. I mean, I could play it, but not amazingly. So I told my band teacher I was going to quit, and he said, please don't quit. Just give me a second. I have to make a call, and I'll come back out, and we'll talk about it. This was at the end of class. He gives us like 10 minutes to everybody just kind of mess around and jam a little bit. So all the drummers were playing on the drum set, and I asked one of my buddies if I could play, and we all just started jamming, and I started playing. And then the teacher, Mr. Mata, poked his head out, and was still on the phone. I was like, I gotta go, and then put the phone down. And then he came over. He's like, so you're gonna play drums now? And then I tried out for 7th grade jazz band, and only 4 or 3 drummers made it. And I remember I beat out one of the 8th graders, and he hated me for it. So I got constantly beat up for it, but I never quit drums. That just made me want to get better at it. So that was my first real instrument that I fell in love with, and I just wanted to master it. I wanted to be so good at it, and I really just had a good time doing it. So I would play 6-7 hours a day. I'm surprised my parents were able to put up with it because I was seriously playing all day. It's crazy.